This is so Avril Lavigne. Hello and welcome back to what could be the last major pop reaction for the year. We have the debut album from Blackpink's Rosé, or as she's kind of affectionately known as now, Rosie. This is kind of the first cab off the rank in terms of the debut albums from the Blackpink girls. We've obviously seen massive moments from Lisa this year, but Rosé is the first one out of the gates with this album, and it's coming off the back of like quite a major moment for her. Appe with Bruno Mars, maybe the biggest song in the world right now, and has been for the past couple weeks. It's an absolute juggernaut, and it kind of just totally tore apart my expectations of her. I'd heard her previous solo singles that she'd released back in 2011, including On the Ground, and I felt like she was maybe the most in check with what was going on in contemporary pop music. And then Appe comes along with this kind of 60s, 70s flavored rock and roll thing, and I'm like, I have no idea where this is going. She then gives us another single off the back of that called Number One Girl, which is a ballad also done in collaboration with Bruno Mars, although he doesn't sing on it, he is on the credits, and takes us in another direction. So I'm just going to expect the unexpected when it comes to this album. I am very excited to listen to it though. She is a fellow Australian just like me, so I've got some pride there for her. I'm excited to dive in. If you like reactions just like this and you're not already subscribed, hit subscribe. Let's get to the 5K mark before the end of the year. And if you want to join my Discord so we can discuss more about this album and just pop music in general, I'll throw the link for that below as well. For now, let's put all our attention on Rosé's debut album called Rosie. This is track number 1. It's called Number One Girl. It's a song that I've already heard. Let me bring up the lyrics. I don't actually know that much about Rosie, so I'm like excited to learn more throughout this album. This was a song that didn't really do much for me straight up, but now I'm actually really liking the vocals in it. I don't know, maybe I'm like craving a bit of balladry at the moment because it's been so missing from pop music this year. Also very bold to start the album like this. So just for context, this album is kind of about insecurities that she has, like mostly in her career, I believe. It's about going to this event and then kind of scrolling social media after and feeling like such an outcast, which is kind of quite a powerful statement to start off a debut solo album with. I can imagine how vulnerable it is to come out of a group like Blackpink that had like, they're so known for their kind of bold, bombastic production, go straight into ballad like this. This was kind of my problem initially, that I felt like it didn't really go anywhere after that like pretty incredible second chorus. The numbers for this album are already incredible. This song's already up to 40 million streams. Appe is almost up to 550 million. There we go, the first song. Sorry, I'll let her finish. That is track number 1 called Number One Girl. I think that sets off the tone of the album quite nicely. I don't obviously know what the rest of the songs are going to be about, but I think starting off on like a tone of kind of insecurity, particularly when you're dipping into the solo world and really putting yourself out there, is like a really interesting entry point for anybody who's trying to understand what Rosé is all about for the first time, like I am. Let's go into track number 2 called 3 a.m. She could have just made this track number 3. Different vibe again. This one's co-written by Amy Allen, who's having a major, major year. She's also done Please, Please, Please by Sabrina Carpenter. She's worked with Harry Styles before, and I think she might have been on Appe as well. She was.
Keep the story rolling. Forget that shit my mother always told me.
This has like Avril Lavigne vibes for me, which is not the vibe I was expecting.
I need you really, really that bad. Don't wanna run to take my makeup off and
Interesting. Wait, I kind of thought that Appe was going to be a red herring in terms of going in that rock direction, but after hearing this, I feel like maybe rock could be like quite a presence on this record. Okay, I'm gonna need to hear that chorus again. That didn't stick the first time. I like this. I can't believe how Avril Lavigne it is. Okay. Okay, I think I'm liking this. Is this short? Is this the end? Wow, that's it. I feel like I needed another chorus in that to really let it settle in. Oops. Wow, that just went on to a totally different song. I feel like I needed another chorus there to really let it set in, but I'm interested in this sound. I'm interested for her to develop this a little bit more because this is not what I was expecting from this album at all. I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe like Ariana-esque pop music, but I don't know. This is definitely giving a different vibe. Let's go on to track number 3, which is 2 Years.
How did it all fall apart? You were right here before in my arms. Now you're invisible.
Okay, now we're in like synth pop territory.
Got a place, moved away, somewhere with a different code.
I'm liking this.
Still feels miserable. God, it's so chemical. All that I know is I can't let you go.
Come on.
It's been 2 years and you're still not gone. Doesn't make sense that I can't move
Sounds good here. I really like the vocal layering. I feel like this is going to explode in the second verse.
But this love never dies. Another night, another fight. Even try with someone new. It's been 2 years and you're still not gone. Doesn't make sense that I can't move on.
Okay, I kind of like actually that it hasn't exploded too big. I do like the vibe of this. I feel like it's very different to the first 2 tracks.
Doesn't make sense that I can't move on.
This is definitely all seems to be about the same relationship, these past 2 tracks.
Love never dies. It's been 2 years since you've been in my bed. Even at a funeral for you in my head. Yeah, I tried.
Very downbeat record so far compared to Appe.
This love never dies.
I liked that one. I thought that was a really nice vibe for her. The production, that like kind of synth pop 80s beat kind of work really, really suited her voice. And I think even the like vocal layering in the pre-chorus was really sweet in terms of the textures that are added to her. And I'm getting more of a sense of like what her voice is as an artist, because obviously in a girl group you just get your certain moments. You don't get to kind of stake a claim in terms of individuality. So I liked this one for that. This is track number 4 called Toxic Till the End, which I believe is the third single.
Call us what we are, toxic from the start. Can't pretend that I was in the dark. When you met my friends, didn't even try with them. I should've known it then.
This is like bridging the last 2 tracks together in terms of the synth pop with the Avril Lavigne vibes. I like this. Come on. This is so Avril Lavigne. But like my favorite moments from her, like push, smile.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the X.
Love hearing that Australian accent.
Game is chess, who would ever guess? Playing with the pieces in my chest. Now he's on the screen. I'm saying
Okay, this is like settling nicely. I like this one. Love this pre-chorus. Love the production. This just feels so nostalgic to me. She even has that kind of same power that Avril Lavigne has behind her voice.
Back then, when I was running out of your place, I said I never want to see your face. I couldn't wait to see it again. We were toxic.
She loves dropping out the beat in the final chorus. She's already done it like 3 times. Loves that one. That's the best one so far for sure. I really like the kind of rock elements blended with a little bit of trap element as well. I thought the production was really clever. I think that her voice sounded great, and now I'm definitely getting a sense of who she is as an artist by this point. I want more of that. I want more of that kind of sound. This is called Drinks or Coffee, and it's track number 5. And we've taken a left turn. Can I just say the producers and everything on the credits, like this is a real superstar cast. This is Blake Slatkin, who's worked with like Lil Nas X and Kid Laroi, and then Carter Lang, who's done work with SZA and Kendrick, and then Omar Fetty, who's just done like everything on earth. He's done Lil Nas X, he's done Kid Laroi, he's done SZA, Sam Smith, he also did Appe. Like, there's just so much good shit on here. I'm getting Selena Gomez on this. Bit of a like lighter energy on this one. I like that. This feels like a palate cleanser after the heaviness of the last couple tracks. Bit of Sabrina Carpenter as well. It's giving me like bed cam maybe. Okay, I think that is a necessary point at this point in the album, because we've had like the first 4 tracks have all been quite heavy in one way or another, and this one just feels like it just completely lightens the mood. It feels like a weight has been lifted off, and it seems to be the perfect way to transition into Appe, which is track number 6. I love this song. Like, it's kind of silly and derivative, but like, I don't even care. I clicked mute, probably for the best. You couldn't hear me singing. Like, having heard the first 4 or 5 tracks on this album, you never would have thought that she could then step into a Bruno Mars vibe and make it work, but she does. It's kind of like one of the smashes of the year for me, like straight up pop, adrenaline injected straight in. And it's better than Die With A Smile.
Hey, so now you know the game. Are you ready? 'Cause I'm coming to get you. Get you, get you. Hold on, I'm on my way. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. Just meet me
Oh my god, I'm starting to raise my heart rate a little bit. First time I heard that, I said it was going to be a #1 single. I was right, and what can I say? It's an absolute smash. Like, written to be a smash, but so many people try to do that and you can't pull it off. This is written to be a smash, and it is a smash, and it's such a moment to come in at the middle point of this album. I'm wondering if she's going to stay with this mood or whether she's going to take us back into a little bit of darkness on track number 7 called Gameboy.
Loving you was a jump, yeah, probably died 110 times. Gave you my favorite memories, yeah, I hate the way I let you
Rob
inside.
Bizel or Bizzle on this one, who's worked with SZA as well. So there's a lot of like match up with SZA's work. The chorus didn't really stick with me at first. Definitely one of the smoother tracks on the album. It keeps like slipping back into Avril Lavigne territory, which I'm not mad at all. Okay, that one's probably my least favorite so far, just because it slid across so easy, which may grow on me in the end, but on first listen, it doesn't really stick to me like the others do, and perhaps feels the most like she's trying to do a Sabrina Carpenter, Ariana Grande kind of thing, and her personality doesn't shine through as much on that track, but I'll give it a couple more goes after this and let's see, because I have heard people online talking about this track, and they seem to like it more than some of the others. So interesting. I'll give it some time. Track number 8 is called Stay a Little Longer. I'm excited for this one because it's got Sarah Aarons on co-writing. Can't speak today. It's got Sarah Aaron on the co-write. First ballad we've had since the first track. I don't know if I love the vocal processing here.
Won't you stay a little longer, babe?
Okay, I do like how her voice sounds there though.
Don't walk away when I'm here calling.
Yes, I like that. Get it out.
I'm fragile, I'm speechless, don't leave me in pieces. And convince you the minute I kiss you. Speak a little softer so I don't have to answer and make
Just
it
trying to
okay.
let this stick a bit.
Or you can say I can't stand these walls without you inside them. Please, won't you stay a little longer?
Kind of bluesy, this chorus. I really like vocally how she attacks this chorus. I have to say that consistent across this whole album sound-wise is like the guitar that she's bringing to the table. I wonder if she's really going to be able to stick it in this chorus. There we go. I liked hearing her voice almost get to the point of cracking. That's what I could hear the whole time. There's like a vinyl crack that runs through this whole song. Kind of like, interestingly, the one that you can kind of tie to Appe, because it has that, like, feels like it came from a similar decade. Yeah, I mean, the takeaway from that for me is that just she can give more vocally. Like, she really took herself to kind of her limits on this track, and it sounded good. I liked hearing her voice starting to break. I liked hearing the texture in it. I didn't love like some of the vocal processing that you could hear during the verse and the the pre-chorus, but I mean, overall, I think that is an effective track and maybe better than Number One Girl as a ballad. Next track is called Not the Same.
Say what you want to, babe. Well, you know that you're talking in circles. Show me lies like we okay. Promise till your face turns purple that you gon'
I already
love
like
me,
this
love
one.
me. One day you gon' love me right. Shame on me for trusting you once, trusting you twice. Yeah, we had only nothing but time, but some things just change overnight.
Amy Allen back on this one.
Think you're kidding, babe. Ain't not the same, not the same. We had good days and light.
It's got such a sweet instrumental, and then she's just spilling absolute vitriol over the top. I really like the way she's delivering these verses. There's that crack in the voice again. That sounds really nice. She should do some more upper register stuff. She could do a folklore, honestly. The thing I'm loving about this album is I think with these K-pop solo releases, I haven't always heard a lot of personality, but I've got a really clear idea of who Rosé is after this album. This one relationship's got her really fucked up though, I'll tell you. I really liked that one. Ooh, that's one of my favorites actually. It's nice just to hear it kind of stripped down and just really like zero in on her voice and the lyrics as well. And she kind of nails this one in terms of the melody, and how she delivers those verses in particular is really, really cool. I liked that one. This is track number 10, Call at the End.
We're at a crossroad. We say we crossed those
Another
bridges
ballad.
when we came. Now it's time to get a name. Yeah, we're at a crossroad.
Appe really was a red herring, wasn't it?
Let me know, do I call you my ex or do I call you my boyfriend? Do I call you every line you got? Or never call
It really does feel like an album she had to make. Like, she really needed to get this shit out. You can hear it in her voice.
Should I call at the end? We were a moment, and you were my only true oasis. Now all those oceans
Maybe this is the best ballad
falling
now.
down our faces. So if we don't see it through, I'm a better me because of you. You were at a crossroad.
I really like the delicate nature of her voice in this
Do I call you
one.
my ex or do I call you my boyfriend? Are you gone? I'll never call you again. Do we have a future? Or should I call it the end? Our love is our friend.
Despite the abundance of questions throughout this song, it feels like she is coming to an answer in this whole story.
Should I call it the end?
I liked that one. It felt like a really nice wrap up after the past couple tracks. What have we had? 3 slower songs in a row, and that one just really pulls it all together really nicely. But I do want to hear this album end on kind of a high, and I feel like it's going to. I mean, the last track's called Dance All Night, so if she manages to turn that into something dark, I will be very impressed. But we could have another dark one to go, because the next track is called Too Bad for Us.
And it crept up on us
Yep.
in the way that it does. And the moment I guess the love does what it wants. And that's just too bad for us. Was it all just like
I thought this one was going to get a little bit more upbeat.
another trick that fate has played on us again? Two heads in this.
Look at me, itching to have a
I
dance.
hear you talking, but back again. And it crept up on us. in
We lost that momentum.
and the moment disappeared. Was what it wants. And that's just too bad for us.
I'm impressed with how stripped back she's been able to be on this album. It's quite a emotionally daring entrance into pop by herself.
Now I'm dancing on my own, but the music's not as good when you're alone.
I just keep thinking this is gonna go somewhere else. I think it is.
Coming under friendly fire, can't go forward, can't go back again. And it crept up on us.
Yeah, the production's building.
I guess the love does what it wants, and that's just too bad.
She delivers those final 2 lines really well.
We wanna talk, but
Here we
don't
go.
wanna listen. We play pretend, but we both know it's missing. Wanna talk,
She
but
saw
we
Gracie
don't wanna
Abrams winning with her bridges and was like, hold my beer.
If love burns too bright, it burns out in a minute. At least that's what I tell myself. And it crept up on us in the way that it wants. And that's just too bad for us.
Okay, that's track number 11, called Too Bad for Us. I mean, I think you could tell I was always waiting for it to build into something bigger, but I will say I do have a tendency on the first listen to always feel that way about a song, and then I let it go on repeat listen. So maybe I will let it go on this one, but I really felt after that bridge kind of started racing that we were going to get one big last final chorus, and it kind of, I don't know, dwindled in a sense. But that's okay because I feel melodically the song was actually quite strong, and again, the vocals are just giving me this kind of Rosie flavor to it that I wasn't expecting this level of individuality in the project. I don't know why. I just kind of feel like on a solo debut album, sometimes you can get sort of like overcome by the desire to make a hit or to make something that's popular or make something really splashy. And there's none of that on this album. She really seems to only be driven by kind of getting this story out of her, like cleansing this relationship sort of, which is admirable. Let's go to the last track, Dance All Night, which is surely gonna do something upbeat. This is Greg Kirsten on production here, obviously most known for his work with Adele and Lily Allen. This is a good last track. This is wrapping up everything really nicely. Not the dance banger I was expecting, but you know what? She spent years creating bangers with Blackpink. Maybe this is the album that she really wants to do something different. This feels kind of Bruno Mars-esque to me too. I really like the kind of carefree nature of this song. This is definitely going to go on to be one of my favorites. She has real like flavor in her voice. Like, it's really endearing on this song. Apparently that Forever Young bit is like a nod to a Blackpink song, which is fun. Maybe this means that the second album is just going to be full of bangers. If she takes the lessons that she's learning on this song, pours it into an album, we're into Banger City. This was also co-written by Mozella, who co-wrote Wrecking Ball. There it is. That is Rosie, the debut solo album from Rosé. Let me take my headphones off so we can get into this. Yeah, I mean, not what I was expecting at all. If you're coming to this album for Appe Part 2, you're not going to get it at all. You're not even going to get close to it. This is a much darker journey than what I thought we were going to get, but I kind of like that in a way because I don't know if I got a lot of what her personality was on Appe, but after this album, I have a much clearer sense of who she is and who she wants to be as an artist. She's really, really like headstrong, clearly, in getting through this relationship in the music when she could have just given us a lot of like big songs from big songwriters and not really worried too much about her own like identity as a songwriter. And I think if anything, her identity as a songwriter is kind of the strongest takeaway from this album. And that's really hard to do, particularly as a K-pop solo artist. So I think that that's the most impressive thing about this record. In terms of the songs that I really loved, Toxic Till the End, I thought was great. I actually liked 3am 2 years Toxic Till the End. I thought that run was really cool. Not the Same, I feel like I liked as a ballad. Yeah, I think that was the one I liked. And I really liked the final one as well, Dance All Night. I thought that was fun. I'm going to need to give this another listen now that I know what I'm in for, because my expectations were completely like destroyed listening to this album. I really didn't think it was going to be like this at all, but I'm not mad about it. I am interested in what you think about it. Anybody who's been a fan of Rosé for a long time or been a big fan of Blackpink's work as well, let's sound off in the comments about what you think about it. Hit subscribe if you enjoyed this reaction. Recommend an album that I should listen to after this, and I'll catch you on the next reaction.